time the American troops arrived, Aguinaldo, the Filipino general, had been declared president of the new Republic of the Philippines. There was a minor engagement between the Americans and Spaniards to save the honor of Spain. And then the Spanish general, worn out with fighting the Filipinos, surrendered his sword to the Americans. With the surrender of the Spanish, the Filipinos thanked the Americans for their help and said, wasn't it time they went home now? The Americans, surprised and hurt at this lack of hospitality, stayed on and on and on. The white man's burden, so lightly picked up, was not so easily laid down. And President McKinley had a vision. One night late, it came to me this way, that we could not leave the Filipinos to themselves. They were unfit for self-government, and they would soon have anarchy and misrule over there worse than Spain's was. There was nothing left for us to do but to take them all and civilize and Christianize them. And then I went to bed and went to sleep and slept soundly, without consultation with the Filipinos. McKinley signed a peace treaty with Spain. For the sum of $20 million, Philippine Islands were ceded to the United States. It seemed too good a chance for the Americans to show they were as good as the European powers at the territorial game. The Philippines made a splendid stepping stone to China, which was just being opened up as a huge market for the European imperialist powers. And some Americans feared that if they did not grab the Philippines, the Japanese or the Germans would. Andrew Carnegie, the multimillionaire philanthropist, prophesied that American men who had enlisted to fight the oppressor in the Philippines would end up shooting down the oppressed. 2 days before the Senate was to vote on annexing the Philippines, with opposition very strong, there was a shooting incident between American troops and the Filipino Liberation Forces. On the first day of the fighting, the Americans lost 250 men, and the Filipino losses were estimated at over 4,000. Thus, in one day, more men were killed and wounded than in the entire Spanish-American War. The Americans claimed the Filipinos had fired first.